स्लम में चला के
एक लेडी थी और वो परमानेंटली सऊदी शिफ्ट होने वाली थी उसका, तो वो लेडी नवी मुंबई में रहते थे और उनके बच्चा जो था उसका एक पूरा बेडरूम जिम था, तो वो परमानेंटली शिफ्ट हो रहे थे। तो अलाउद्दीन साहब ने कहा कि आप इन रेस्टों को दे दो, हम लोग स्कूल में यूज करेंगे। तो वो लेडी ने हमसे कॉन्टेक्ट किया कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो स्कूल में यूज हो। फिर हमने उसको डिसाइड किया कि हम यहाँ पर जिम बनाएंगे। तो जितने भी इक्विपमेंट्स हैं ये सब डोनेटेड है, कंप्लीट उसका और बेटे का जो जिम है वो यहाँ पर रखा हुआ है।
Everyone. I will now request Salman Khan to cut the ribbon and mark the.
Everyone should join.
हमारे सलमान सर शुरू हो गए, रिबन काट के पहला ही था।
इस पे देखिए क्योंकि फोटो से
सबसे पहले देखिए मोशन पर जो कर रहा है अंदर बैठे ये रखेंगे।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أنزل من السماء ماء فسالت أودية بقدرها فاحتمل السيل زبدا رابيا ومما يوقدون عليه في النار ابتغاء حلية أو متاع زبد مثله كذلك يضرب الله الحق والباطل فأما الزبد فيذهب جفاء وأما ما ينفع الناس فيمكث في الأرض كذلك يضرب الله الأمثال صدق الله العظيम। ये सूरतुर राद की आपके सामने कुछ आयत तिलावत की गई है, जिसमें अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला ने हमें यह पैगाम दिया है कि इंसानों में से जो लोग अपने आप को इस काबिल बनाते हैं कि दूसरे इंसान उनसे फ़ायदा उठा सके, यानी जिन लोगों से इंसानियत को नफ़ा पहुँचता है वो चीज़ ज़मीन पर देर तक कायम रहती है। मतलब अगर इंसान अगर चाहे कि मरने के बाद और उसके दुनिया से चले जाने के बाद भी उसका नाम बाकी रहे और लोग उससे फ़ायदा उठाते रहे, तो उसे चाहिए कि वो दुनिया में अपने आप को लोगों के लिए नाफ़े बनाए। जैसे कि एक हदीस है, खैरुन्नास मन यनफ़उन्नास, नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम इरशाद फरमा रहे हैं कि लोगों में सबसे ज़्यादा बेहतर और सबसे ज़्यादा बेस्ट वो पर्सन है, वो इंसान है कि जिससे तमाम लोग फ़ायदा उठाए बिला तफरीक़ मज़हब के, कौन किस धर्म का है, बस हमारी ज़ात से इंसानियत को नफ़ा पहुँचे, इंसान को नफ़ा पहुँचे, अल्लाह की नज़र में ये सबसे बेस्ट पर्सन है। और हमारा जो ये स्टडी सेंटर है और इसी तरह जो जिम खाना है, ये जो है इसी सिलसिले की एक कड़ी है। अल्लाह ताला आप सबकी और हम सबकी जो है इस कोशिश को अपने बारगाह में कबूल फरमाए और लोगों को इससे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नफ़ा उठाने की तौफीक अता फरमाए। व आखिरु दावाना अनिल रब्बिल आलमीन।
Jazakallah Maulana Sufyan. I now request Dr. Abbas Katkate sir to welcome the gathering and explain in brief the purpose of the study center.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to this inauguration of the study center and also the gym. Now, I think this idea, wherever it was born, it was at MESCO's forum. I tried to find out who is the person who originated this, but as is the tradition at MESCO, nobody was willing to say that it was my idea, okay? So everybody said it was a discussion. I asked Salman, I asked Farhan, and everybody seems to be saying that it came up. Nobody gave me the name. So then we decided that, well, that's the spirit in which MESCO works. It's very good. But as far as this center is concerned, when we visited the Mahim Center, which was initiated, I think in November, if I'm not mistaken, 10th November last year, and we visited about a few months back, and it was amazing what I found and when you interacted with the person who's sort of the person supervising that center. They have got two people. That center is open from 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the night. And so there are two staff members. One does 7 hours and the other one does 7 hours. So when I found out, we came to know that a lot of people from that area are using it. And there are people, in fact, I was told that the center begins at 8, but there are quite a few days when people are there before 8. They're waiting for the door to open and so that they'll get a choice seat for them. So it's very good. And when I checked the record yesterday, again I found that there are people who are coming at 8. So when they come in, it's at 8 o'clock. And there are people who are leaving at 10 o'clock in the night. And there are people who are staying all through the day as well. So there are, like here also, we are going to have the same pattern that we have two types of membership. One is daily, so somebody wants to come and read here for a day or for a few hours. That will be one type of membership. The second one is monthly membership, where somebody will be using it for the whole month and he can come any day. Now, I think over there, the center is operating from 8 to 10, but here we decided that we will keep it till 7 o'clock. So we have less number of hours. So we have divided into equal, not equal, but maybe in the beginning it will be from 8 to 8 to 8, but it will be divided. Half of it, or more than half, will be the first shift, and the second shift will be only 4 hours. So this is how it's going to happen. In Mahim also, what I noticed is that there are more monthly memberships than daily. So if you look at a monthly record, you will find that there are more children visiting on a monthly basis, and membership is like that. And when I looked at the financial status from Ajas, what I noticed is the center is costing MESCO about 3 lakh of rupees, because the membership which comes in is about I checked from January to March and then from April to July, 7 months. And I found on an average, it is going to cause a deficit, or I should not cause deficit, because we're coming in, we're getting prone to calling it income, expenditure, and deficit. I should say, what is the fund that MESCO is putting in for this? Because MESCO is supposed to spend. It's not supposed to balance income, expenditure, zero. MESCO is getting money for its different activities. So it has to be money that is spent well. And this is one very good activity which I notice. In fact, I am thinking that there should be more organizations, especially in so many of the slum areas. Because what we find, even in our scholarship program, we find that at the school level we are funding almost 3,000 scholarships every year, and of these the children are drawn from almost, inside should correct me, 550 schools. Yeah. So many schools from all over Bombay, and there are slum pockets from where maximum number of children come. So at least in these areas where they don't have proper facility at home, where they are in crowded rooms, one studio type of apartment or one room kitchen apartment, and so many children, the TV is going on, where will they study? So this is something which I feel a lot of organizations should promote. And MESCO and MESCO Education Society should also take it up as one of the things that they should include in their budget, so that we open more centers like this. And of course, we can't cope with everything, but whatever little we can do, this is a very good activity. Because what I noticed again when I looked at the enrollment, I mean, if you look at it, how many children have used it, it's like in these 7 months, there are almost 2,700 children who have used it. Okay, that means the child must have come on 2 days or maybe a month, but I count it as daily attendance if you see, so about 2,700. Although the capacity there is very small, only about 22. Salman, 22 students kitni capacity हम माहिम में? 28. This is a little bigger than that. We've got 35 seats, I think, 33 or 35 seats. 35 seats. So we should be getting many more students, and Kausa being such a thickly populated area, and I don't know how many such facilities are there in this area, but I'm sure more will open. Looking at the success of this, Mohsin tells me that already 9 people have registered in advance. We'll begin the center only from tomorrow. So hopefully we should be having good capacity soon. Maybe by the end of this month, we should be serving a good number of students. And just pray that this thing goes on well, and Allah blesses us and accepts our little efforts that are being done. It's a collective effort of so many people. MESCO is not an individual or 5 people or 10 people, it's the whole community. Over the years, I don't know how many people have joined hands at different points of time for various things, but we really feel that we have got a lot of people supporting us. Nobody knew that this school would come up like this. We had only 50% of the commitment to begin with, but mashallah, Allah has helped us come all this way. So thank you all of you for having graced this occasion, and I really would welcome all your suggestions, and if there are anything that come to your mind straight away, you can say it right away. But otherwise also we would welcome things, suggestions, and we'll try and improve as we go along. Thank you very much.
I now request Hafiz Bhai to add to what I suggested.
So, Assalamu alaikum. Well, there is nothing much to be said except that congratulations, hearty congratulations, and to all those who have been involved in getting this study center established. I mean, I attended the MESCO opening in Mahim, and I remember that had brought back a lot of memories to me because I go back a long way, and I remember in the 60s and the 70s when I was in college, and Alhamdulillah, we had a good enough house. But then my friends, they would always be saying that we are going to study at Shivaji Park garden somewhere. You know, there's a garden near the Rajeshwari restaurant where most of my friends would be going there to study. And it didn't strike me why, right? Also, there is this Mahim Fort, right? You people know Mahim Killa by all the tenements which are there. There were about 200 tenements. But way back in 1960s, it was a deserted place, right? And it was only habited by the students who would come there to study, because they didn't have place to a quiet place in their homes. 10 by 10 feet, square feet house where about 8 or 9 people somehow managed to live. So for those students who wanted to really study, they had to go out somewhere. So whosoever came up with the idea, of course, by the way, I can tell you that necessity is the mother of invention. So nobody has to come up with the idea. It comes, when you see the need, people come and do it. So this is a great idea, and I think one of the activities which should be lauded, and then the amount of money spent and all is irrelevant, immaterial. It's a great service to the community. Way back, again I go back 35 years back, we tend to sort of to malign the West for their whatever we say कि हम सब West वाले ऐसे हैं वैसे हैं. But I remember when I went back 35 years back to London and other places there, I used to find that there is not a single area, not a single what you would call in our this thing mohalla or like Mahim, Bandra, Shivaji Park, Santa Cruz. I mean, every area has got a separate library, right? And it is linked all over the country. And this is a great contribution. And unfortunately, in Bombay, it is not so. But every area should have a library where the children or the students can go and have access to books and literature and all. We grew up going to the British Council somewhere in Fountain. That was one library where you could get any book and have access to it. But then, unfortunately, it's not. Yes, it's not a common feature in India. And this time when I went to Canada, I mean, every time when I go to Canada, I mean, there's a library, Toronto Library, which has got branches, as I said, in every area. And you just enter and you can take 20 books at a time. You can take them home, and absolutely free of cost. You just have a card, you just give your local Aadhaar card, as you may call, and based on that, they'll give you the books. You read, you bring them back, and you give them. So this is a great service which we who are professed to be in the field of education should encourage and spread as much as possible, because a lot of things which the governments are supposed to do, which they don't. And that is where the NGOs come in, and they have to come in and replace them and make these things available. So these are the few words I'd like to say. And also, if you look at it, एक वो हदीस है कि भाई उसका मफहूम, I won't repeat the hadith, I'll just give you the mafhum. It's very simple. आसानी पैदा करो. आसानियाँ करो. This is very simple in life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, try to create as much of ease in whatever can be done. And this is a very good example of creating asani for our children and our community people. And hats off to you people for having done this, and congratulations. Thank you.
If any of the other managing committee members would like to add something, they can.
Or any guest.
Any guess?
Assalamu alaikum. I hope it's working. Mashallah, it's a very good idea. Especially, people staying with very small houses with joint families and all. It is very difficult for them to, study in their house. So it's a very good idea, and it will create a very good impact in our community. So, in fact, whatever initiative we could do, we are trying to do it. Alhamdulillah, Allah accept kare. And maybe iska fayda a lot of students will get. Inshallah, in future we'll see a lot of good result, and a lot of our students coming up with flying colors, and with going for higher education and all. This is what congratulations for everyone. We all did it. It's teamwork. I think it will be successful. Inshallah, it will be successful. Inshallah, and all the best.
Was that was fully occupied, but there were almost one third of the people were girls, two-third were boys. There was another about 8 of them out of the 24 or whatever that number were non-Muslims. And I remember the first time when I visited, I was told that there were two persons who were coming there using the study center a lot were local constables who were supposed to be appearing for their departmental exam. So you never know, how many people and in what different ways this is going to help. So I just wanted to share that this is something which we will be able to explore much more.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everybody seated over here, not many may be aware. Maybe, possibly I might be the first student who utilized MESCO's library at Natalwala building for studies. That was in 1982. I recall now because I had taken the key special permission. I used to open it at 10 o'clock and I used to leave at 1 o'clock in the night. But after some years, I used to get scared. I was alone. और कोई नहीं था वहाँ पे. Road सन्नाटा, building सन्नाटा. So then I just gave up the idea. Later on, उसके बाद मैंने जब ग्रेजुएशन कर रहा था, I utilized अब्बास भाई का जो बंगला था ना, जो आजकल बिल्डिंग बन गया है, उस बंगले में जाके पढ़ता था मैं. Even though I had facility at home, 1 BHK था, बहुत बड़ी फैमिली नहीं थी, लेकिन I needed some privacy, I needed some space. समुंदर था और पीछे बिल्डिंग बन रही थी. आई यूज्ड टू स्टडी ओवर दैट. एक चटाई लेके जाता था. आई यूज्ड टू स्टडी ओवर दैट. और उसके बावजूद बिल्डिंग बनने के बाद भी 3rd फ्लोर पे जो आज इनके कज़न सिद्दीक भाई रहते हैं, उनके रूम में जाके मैं पढ़ता था. तो ग्रेजुएशन मैंने इनके ही घर से, समझ लीजिए जो नई बिल्डिंग बनी है, उस बिल्डिंग से 1984 में मैंने किया. जस्ट फॉर योर इन्फॉर्मेशन, तो MESCO, आई माइट बी द फर्स्ट स्टूडेंट टू यूटिलाइज MESCO facility for my studies. Thank you very much.
I'll speak for a second. Assalamu alaikum. I'm extremely happy to be here with all of you who all are doing such a wonderful job for the humanity, and especially on a platform where Abbas sir from my college, Professor Abbas sir, my principal madam, Najma madam, Shama madam are with me, and I wish good luck for this session, for this place center. And only one suggestion, that there should be some arrangement for the laptop connection. Is there? Okay, I couldn't make out, sir. And thank you very much, everybody. Thanks a lot. Jazakallah. All the best for the session.
Now I request Maulana Sufyan to make dua for the success of the
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. या अल्लाह हम सब गुनहगार है, ख़ताकार है, सियाकार है. या अल्लाह हम सब के तमाम गुनाहों को माफ़ फरमा. या अल्लाह हमारी सय्यात को हसनात में मुबद्दल फरमा. या अल्लाह हम सब से अल्लाह हर वक्त हम या अल्लाह तो हमसे राज़ी हो जा. या अल्लाह तो हमसे राज़ी हो जा. या अल्लाह हमसे उम्मत को और इंसानियत को नफ़ा पहुँचाने वाले बार बार काम लेने की तौफ़ीक़ अता फरमा. या अल्लाह हम कमज़ोर बंदों ने, या अल्लाह तेरे कमज़ोर बंदों ने जो एक कोशिश की है उम्मत को नफ़ा पहुँचाने की, या अल्लाह इसको इन सब के हक़ में और हम सब के हक़ में सदक़ा जारिया फरमा. या अल्लाह और मरते दम तक ऐसे उम्मत को नफ़ा पहुँचाने वाले काम करने की तौफ़ीक़ अता फरमा. या अल्लाह इस काम की बरकत से या अल्लाह हम सब के माल में खूब बरकत अता फरमा. या अल्लाह हम सब की इज़्ज़त में और हर चीज़ में अल्लाह इजाफ़ा फरमा. या अल्लाह आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इस मौके पर खैर की लाइन की जितनी दुआएं फरमाई है, या अल्लाह उन सब में हम सब का हिस्सा नसीब फरमा. व सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला खैर खल्क़िही मुहम्मद व अला आलिही व अस्हाबिही अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन.
students who want to go for abroad for various skills, they will be tested here and issued certificate. And so that is already we are in detailed talks are there, and the facility maybe in next 1.5 months will be ready for that, and even a conference room will come up in the basement, and very soon inshallah we'll be calling you for the inauguration. Jazakallah.
जो मंथली करें उनके लिए आई कार्ड देंगे।